So you guys have to go through this, man. You hear me?
Bad job getting documented though, how they.
Yeah, man.
Hey, no.
God bless you guys, man. You know that 16th Street Mall on Curtis and 16th Street Mall, right in front of the Federal Reserve Building. We feed every single Sunday without fail, rain, shine, sleet, or snow, 9:30 sharp to 11:30. Home cooked, delicious food. We bring rolled cigarettes, all kinds of stuff. So you can come and every single Sunday since 2010. It's Curtis and 16th Street Mall. Every Sunday without fail, 9:30. The lady that runs it likes to be there on time every time, but she said they have to wait for everything, so I want to make sure they never have to wait for me. Right? See what I'm saying? So you guys have to go through this, man.
Have enough physical space for every human being. They'll put them in concentration.
Family, nobody complains. So then, it'll be like, hey, whatever happened to Johnny? Don't know. You know what I mean? Secret prison. It's already a thing.
No, like the whole process of the government going in this.
Yeah.
Right, no, but I was talking to him about.
We were talking about Vegas, just past an urban camping van.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was like.
Did you hear about it?
Oh yeah. We live for this, man. I live to stand up against it.
I don't see him.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
No, it's just like.
With an iron fist.
Do you have an isolated area for him, or?
No, they hide in the. They have like a sewer system thing, like underwater. So when there floods, if it rains too hard, it has to flood and go somewhere, and they live under those things like this. And then sometimes if it rains real hard or whatever, everybody gets washed out. Yeah, everybody gets washed out, and then they start over again. And movies, right? Like coming out of the, the lids of the manholes and stuff, right? We don't want, I go. What are you? Hey guys, this is we are here off of Delgany here and like 29th and something. It is a homeless sweep here this morning. Unfortunately, these folks' homes are being swept away as if it were garbage. They're going to be moved along. Even though the city is facing an immense lawsuit over this, they still want to walk that fine line because they hate their neighbors so much that they are willing to risk their careers and and lawsuits and all that just to keep being, anti-homeless.
What's that? Okay. You'll be able to start packing up for us? Okay. We'll give you ample time to do that. A little bit, okay? Hello?
Denver car 4464872 MQG tag. It is a cold morning, folks. It is a rough way to wake up in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, Janet, She comes to the feed every Sunday almost.
Cool.
That young lady having that mental episode.
Yeah, well, she's a little stressed. She's being kicked out of her house.
That's right. That's right. It's a rough way to wake up in the morning.
I'm not sure where he went.
Very rough way to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Yeah, you betcha. Hang on a sec. There you go. Let's try that. Here, you want to close it?
They're not protecting and serving. They're just doing their jobs.
Yep.
Right? Just obey.
Though the job has no honor in it. Though this job has no honor.
Right? This is the mayor's order, not city council orders.
Right. I love Mayor Hancock.
I gotta go in this split screen for a second.
My buddy got us from the truck yesterday. I'm the one that gotta have the money to use to do it. Get the gas, so I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Okay. All right,
Thank you. Thanks.
I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Sorry, this is what you got woken up today, man.
Take down the 10th forest area is going to be closed, okay? All right, thank you very much. Cold smart. 30 years smoking cigarettes a day, they do. You got time. Do what you gotta do.
Were you in the military? That's why you used to. That's why Brigade can survive today. He survives today.
First platoon, 5th Recon.
Huh?
First platoon, 5th Recon, Red Brigade.
Native American.
Now they're gonna back us out here.
That's why I keep Brigade real because when the end comes, at least I hope.
Yeah.
At least you're an okay mood this morning.
He's on the side of the
Oh.
This is how community service officers work, right?
Yeah,
They
here he
rip
is.
off the area.
You guys are watching live the serving and the protection
Serving
Of-
and protecting the shit out of it.
of the
Get out of the street.
Denver
You're
Police
breaking
Department.
The law by standing in the street.
No, I'm not, sir.
Yes,
You're
are.
breaking the law if you fuck with me. It's called HB 15-1290. You want to take that dance? I can
Say
handle
whatever you
it.
want, but
50
if you
years
stand in that
old.
Street, you're going to be cited
50 years old. I don't have to be told how to handle myself on the street. I am a journalist, and this is the only way that I can capture the shot, sir.
Okay.
I am on the I am on the side I am on the side of the easement here. Hey, Manzanilla. So here's your guy again. Here's your guy again, threatening his stupid ass threats, right? Threatening me with standing in the street. How I'm going to explain it to the court when he's going to give me a ticket for standing in the
I'm
street.
not going to warn you twice. You were standing inside the street. It's a hazard to your safety and a hazard to
Hey,
traffic.
Manzanilla, is this going to happen, really?
This is how we're gonna do this.
Is this how we're going to do this, huh? This road is closed, guys, as you can see, right? This road is closed right here, right? This right here is the easement, obviously, where people can walk, right? So he's closed off the easement and forced me into the street to then charge me for standing in the street. Were you born this stupid, or does it take an entire career to screw off your very little amount of brains that you have left, huh? Huh? What does it take? I am a journalist and I am taking my shot. I am safe. Are you the boss man here, Wilson? Who's the boss man here?
I'm not the boss.
Who is?
He's not here yet.
He's not here yet. Okay. But you might want to you might want to talk to Chuckleberry over here, because he's about to look. You know, he's about to get the city in trouble again for his stupidity, right?
But it's not a public sidewalk. It's actually a
Because there is no sidewalk.
parking
Right.
zone,
Right. Parking zone, which as you can see, everybody else is walking, right? There has to be an easement for the people to walk. You can't block it off and then create a crime, right? It's not how it works legally, right? You guys got to understand that we have teams of fucking lawyers on our side because they think that you guys are absolutely retarded for the shit that you do. Huh? You want to go to the box on that one there, buddy? Huh? You want to go to the box on that one? What's wrong with you? Oh, there we go. Who got the boss man here?
Right. That's how they do it, right? Can't get your stuff out because they blocked you in.
Oh, thank you for being here there, Sergeant.
How are you, sir?
Good, sir. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Thank you for being honest.
Being that I'm here as a journalist, right, exercising my right under HB 151290 and the First Amendment and everything, right?
This cop up here, Rudy, the little short guy.
Yeah, same guy.
His power to accuse me.
That's
of
right.
doing inside
Same guy I'm about to
meth.
complain to you about now.
He accused. I don't even know what meth looks like. I'm 56.
Okay, so
years old.
your officer
I
over here,
stopped
Sergeant,
drinking 36
right? He closed this off here.
Yeah.
Okay, we are here just documenting this. Okay, this is a journalist. Every time we come across this guy, he always has to give us this, you know, the retarded directives, right? But as you can see, he's closed this off, right? There must be an easement to walk. Okay, here on this road. This is not an entire road. You cannot ban me off the entire road because then you would be violating HB 15-1290, right? So now he has closed off the area where you can walk to create a crime to off this entire street.
Well, you
to
can't be
keep
in
me
the
from
street here because then that creates
in the street there. But here I'm totally safe. 50 years old. You know, I don't need the government to tell me how to cross the road or walk on the road safely.
If it's safe or not, and we'll talk to you.
Well, but
right now
according
you're not interfering with our ability or Public Works' ability to do their jobs.
How so?
So I'm not going to ask you to do anything other than stay close to the line here.
Oh, so I'm okay by staying very close to this line, right? I'm not going to cross it, right? But I'm going to be safe here.
You're right against it?
Yeah,
I'm going to
I'm
tell you
safe.
you're okay, and I'll let them know that I told you that, okay?
Well, thank you very much, Sergeant. That's all I was looking for. I appreciate that. Here, let me make sure that it gets told to homeboy over here because he's the always the aggressive party in these, right? Every time we show up to this thing, it's only this guy that's aggressive and threatens with the stupid directives. So, Sergeant, am I okay to walk close to this yellow line without the threat of arrest or violence, Sergeant?
As long as you're not impeding our job.
Thank you.
We're told to stay out of the street.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, you little short, less than a little man. Sorry, guys, that I used that word. I said today I was going to be different, and I will. It's a little hard though when you see this, you know, these actions going on.
The sixes that were automatic.
Now we're going to see what he decides is the street, right?
Yeah, I know that 6th Street.
Yeah.
Stop driving.
So here I'm going to touch this the whole time that I'm walking so that I don't get charged with a crime, right? See, here you go. See, here. I'm going to be as close as I can. So as long as I'm touching this and then this close, I'm legal. I won't get thrown in a cage or threatened with violence. How you doing, hon? Hey, see you Sunday, babe. I'm sorry that you guys have to wake up this way. I'm sorry that you had to wake up this way. I'm sorry about that. She goes, I didn't wake up. Fuck, I've been up all night.
Hey, I've been in Brazil watching kangaroos.
Yeah, no shit. Sorry, guys, you have to wake up this way. I just had to set that little... I had to set Napoleon over there straight. I had to show him where his position is and how lack of authority he is. Yeah.
Frankie, yeah.
I had to show him how much that badge does not grant extra rights, right? Because that badge doesn't grant extra rights. That's not how it works. But I am not here to, I am not protesting this, right? Maybe a little bit, but I'm mostly here to document, you know, this officer here. Am I pronouncing your name right, Officer Manzanilla? Manzanares. Manzanares. Okay, Manzanares. Okay. This gentleman, he's always decent and human, right? He knows how to talk to other human beings. He doesn't have an ego trip. He doesn't have to show me how powerful he is. You know, he talks to us just normal, like it should be from a police officer. Unlike the bag of, let me not fill in that blank over here. Oh yeah, he's a good dude, all right. Yeah, he's a good dude. Make sure you get my good side. Okay? He's a good dude, he is, I'm sure. Everybody knows him as the tyrant here in these. Wants to threaten me with an arrest and a ticket for standing in the street. So this little man's gonna teach this man, you know what I'm saying, how to walk on the street. Learn how to respect your elders there, little one.
Yes, Human Liberty Freak is live.
He's a good man. You know why he's a good man? Because he's a thin blue line brother. He will protect his.
Thing last
Yeah,
night.
he will protect.
It was the pride flag,
Mhm.
and it was a reminder that there could be no pride flag and no Stonewall if there hadn't have been a thin blue line. Sorry, I forgot to shut off my noises this morning. We'll do that right now, so that doesn't
Inside there? So what days are you going to
Dan Joaquin Transparency, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm being
You guys are so funny, telling people about watch for the car. Like people have never crossed the street before. You guys are so funny. These aren't children. They know how to survive on these streets way better than you do. If you were homeless tomorrow, you'd shit your pants. You wouldn't know what to do.
Probably because there's no public toilets anywhere.
Yeah, well, you'd have to depend on these people to show you how to live out here. Oh, it's like, watch your car. I know you've never seen a street and you don't know how to cross a street. Ma'am, can you roll down your window? I need to check your tints. Ma'am, I believe these tints are illegal. I'm trying to watch everybody because they try to get out of hand a little bit whenever the camera's not pointed at them. Yeah, exactly. Keep your camera on so that you don't act stupid, because you're a stupid ass, and you're very prone to acting stupid. So yeah, make sure you keep that camera on.
We'll call that.
See, he just admitted that if his camera wasn't on, he'd be acting stupid as hell.
That's about $4 a minute right now.
You know why? Because he has no control. Because he's a little man.
Right?
Sorry about that, guy.
Oh, and I've got the sergeants here too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably going to raise it to 25. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 6 cops and a public resource officer for mental health and safety.
So I guess the protester put you in your place there, shorty.
Everybody's mentally stable this morning as they're pushed along and
Shrimpy.
moved out.
Yeah. Johnny on his knees is who you are. That's what he's crying about now.
Beautiful morning. Except for the fact that other people are dying out here, trying to survive.
How many people died? How many people died last year, Brian?
288, Denver Metro. Minimum 288. 29th in a coma, that's correct. No, not a coma. What is it? It's the
Think about it.
Salvation Army.
If this dude had nothing,
Inside the
If he didn't have this badge, he'd have 0 going for him in his life. Right? 0. This must be like some kind of mental health person or something.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's the crisis response person. But I wouldn't talk to a crisis response person next to a douchebag like this anyway. So I'd be worried about getting shot when I was honest about my life.
Yeah, he said, I have to keep my camera on to keep from acting stupid. Admitting that he's a stupid ass when his camera is not on.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. The cops in the city did everything they could to fucking knock my business down and take it away from me. Yeah, they didn't work. So now I'm going through a divorce and I actually went back to work.
Oh, he doesn't give a fuck about that, buddy.
I go to work every day. But no, I got to take the day off to do all this bullshit. I'm putting it up the street here. I ain't got no fucking choice. No, I'll fucking take care of that. I do not, the protect and serve is not this. This is not protect or serve. Go away. I don't need nothing. Everybody's done it. Every time I tell somebody something that goes against me. I'm in the middle of a divorce with a 4.5-year-old kid that I'm dealing with. Yeah, I have a soon-to-be ex-wife that I'm dealing with. Nobody understands. Nobody understands. When I tell somebody something, it gets screwed around and I get fucked over. Guess what? It doesn't stop.
I'm a therapist. So
I give a... Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I'm a therapist protected by guns.
Yeah. Yes.
The last thing anymore is
The body.
I don't want to sit in your office.
the last thing this man needs is any more Denver help.
So we talk about sensitivity training for the city of Denver. We have to make sure that somebody who's a trained psychologist or therapist isn't escorted by a brigade of what's the list you're on?
Let me get closer. I'm supposed to be. See, I'm supposed to be like up against this.
Touching?
Yeah, I'm touching the yellow line.
The safety line.
Yeah, it's my safety line.
Right.
Look, as long as my monopod is touching the safety line, I'm legal. I'm legal. You laugh, but if I wouldn't have jumped out at it, this fucking asshole would have taken me to jail over that, right? And then he would have said how dangerous I spoke, how violent my words were, that I resisted because my arm tensed up, and that I disrupted whatever the fuck they were doing. It's like blah, 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 blah. And I just want to let you know that you will be violating my civil rights if you decide to stand in my camera, and it'll be a lawsuit. No, just in case. I'm just letting you know. Just, you know. My dad used to. Sure.
I'll try to get around it when I can.
Oh no, it's all right. I'm not gonna. Notice I haven't hammered on you, right? You've been pretty decent. Yeah. It's always this guy that gives us a problem when we come to these sweeps, right? But you know, it's hard to be that little with a gun and not be an asshole.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
Oh, you're good. I'm
trying to keep our unhoused family members.
And I'm trying not to put the camera on their home there.
Peace today.
Yeah. I'm trying not to put my camera on their privacy there. We feed this young lady every Sunday. She's there at our feed. She's there every Sunday. This is where they turn off their cameras, right? So they can interchange all the corrupt information. Be careful with the street there, officer. I'm concerned for your safety. Out there.
Where the hell's Pikachu? He should be out here.
Bro, Pikachu is facing 24 different cases, not charges.
Is that for when he?
You figure about 4 charges per case times
kill
24.
Kill the cops or whatever.
Oh no, that's totally legal to say. You can
I know.
absolutely advocate for the random acts of violence. You know, you can advocate for that. That's totally legal.
Okay, well, that was the last I heard. That was the last I heard any news on him.
And
was that case.
He's just been trying to, lay low. Trying to just. I mean, they just can't keep their hands off of him, right? It's just like it never ends.
I know. I'm glad to know you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's my dear friend and my brother, bro. That guy's like a.
Good old Pikachu.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to block the construction workers from going to work.
I don't know what they're going to try to block here. They're going to try to block the whole street.
Why the tape?
Apparently.
Tape is,
Now they're just going to stop the construction workers from going to work.
Oh, from going back there?
Yeah. Yeah, the construction workers won't be able to get through there to go to work. Awesome. Let's take their job, too.
Wonder why. There's why. There's why it's a tow joint. Here comes a tow truck.
Do you have...
And there's nothing, and there's nothing like getting off the street, right? You get off the street, you got a van, you're like, damn, got me a little house, kind of, right?
Place to be warm.
Place
to be warm and dry.
Right? And private, right? And then all of a sudden,
gotta move. Because these guys all got tents. That's the issue. Everything's on the ground. That's the issue.
That's public parking along that street, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
No. I think sure.
Of course, what they did was they blocked people in so they can't even leave.
Yeah, now they block them in with a tape, right?
So Alicia cleared those two up there. I don't know where she went. She might be inside.
She's inside. They end up relieving me in there. There's this guy across the
Steer, like,
So I think she took the vehicle going
Just take the transition.
Yeah, they were going to make
I had a guy work on the whole
There's nobody left. There's only staff.
Oh, look at that over there. If you guys look over there in that building over there, see that SUV there with a big black stripe? That SUV with the big black stripe is the transit police here. Okay, that's that semi-police. It's usually like off-duty Denver cops, right? Like the guy that arrested me at, the Union Station, right?
This is the 29th of Arkansas. So now we've just raised the hourly fee. Oh, there's another. They're hauling this down.
Civil assist.
Civil assist.
Yeah.
Wow, they're doing a civil assist. Where's his wheelchair? Well, no, they gotta take the wheelchair with them.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Why do you need that? You got to use that shit.
Yeah. I'm not going to put that shit in their car.
Oh, go call a bus. Hey,
I'll call a bus.
I'm serious. When they take them from in front of the mission, if they're in a wheelchair, they take them, an ambulance comes and takes them. They go to the hospital. Their wheelchair is sitting there. They will have an RTD bus
Take it over
contract down and pick it up.
Wow.
That's using an entire bus.
Right. Think about just the gas
Pick up
alone.
a wheelchair. Yeah, to turn the corner.
Wheelchair, Sergeant.
He told us everything he wants to bring with him.
Okay.
Here, we're getting him a brand new walker.
The wheelchair that's in great repair condition, not desired height.
That's not him.
Ah,
He told us
okay.
everything he needs, and it's his.
Just asking.
Can you just hold this right for 1 second?
So that's a civil assist, is what they're saying here.
whole roll in the car, but I don't know where.
Means he's gonna go to a clinician, and they're gonna try to get him out of the streets today.
Work on getting him a new walker.
Get him a new walker.
That'll help him get to the next speed.
Yeah, it
That'll
will.
help get to the next
It
speed.
will. Maybe we need to get some rubber balls on the bottom of that.
That'll help him get to VOA or something from the mission or something. The new walker will do that.
It'll help them get to and settle down at the next sweep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there you go. And then they can get him another walker. Maybe with power this time. Get him a brushless.
But maybe,
I love
just
it.
maybe.
I love it when they stand here, just looking back.
Yes, right?
Yeah, because they're trying to criminalize you.
Right? Down in my house.
So you guys have to wake up this morning like this. Manzanares. Manzanares. These are the folks from RTD here. Coming through. I don't know if they're driving through or if they're part of this. No, they're just driving through. They're not part of the assist. Man, it is freezing cold out here. Good God, it's cold out here. Some more guys from District 6 showing up. As you guys can see. That would be a great camper van, huh? Woof. Huh? Yeah, man, I'm Liberty Freak TV.
Oh, you do?
I'm Liberty
Oh,
Freak
okay.
TV.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do you do on Google or Google?
YouTube.
I don't YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Liberty Freak TV. Fuck, you know how it is. FBI, CBI, everybody fucking has my name on there, right? Trying to make me a terrorist for just exposing this stupid shit, but
I've never seen it.
and I'm just a local guy, man, that was done really wrong by a municipality. And
Denver?
No, actually, it started off with Aurora.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the lady, the jury commissioner, like swung at my camera, and then she made this big like this big report. I chased her around the building and called her all these kind of vile names, right, and threatened her and all that kind of stuff. And then after I got arrested, they were like, the guy's got a video on YouTube, right?
That's the
Oh my! Then all of a sudden it was like, I had like 6 charges, right? And one of them was a felony and shit. And all of a sudden, just kidding, everything got dismissed immediately, right? Brant, he came out like to support me and stuff. And then all of a sudden I was like, who's this guy?
There was an incident. I didn't know who the hell he was. And the next thing you know, I kept seeing him around. But he and I, we talked.
It was he always speaks very highly of you. Always.
Really?
Yes, sir. He always he speaks very respectfully of you. He never has anything negative to say about you.
Pretty cool.
Whenever we say something about you, like if he's watching, he'll be like, "No, Manzanares is cool." He doesn't.
They don't care about that.
And but somebody told me that he was going to come. He goes, "There's this guy who's going to come to support you or whatever, right?" The next day after my arrest, and then I was doing some work or whatever at the court, and in comes Eric, and I thought, "Oh my God." A crazy man from the internet, found me. I said, my life is now ruined, right? Because he came in with a camera being all loud in the court, right? And I said to myself, oh my God, now I'm in real trouble. But then I noticed, he's like, what's going on? I said, they're not giving me any paperwork.
So who started the movement? You?
Well, there is no real movement, right?
Just
what it is just that now with technology, right, and YouTube and everything, right? People watch, right? And like, for example, people see what I do or whatever, and then like Janet feeds the homeless every Sunday at the mall, right? And people watch it and they go, man, how amazing! And then all of a sudden we go and bananas, and then it just, before we knew it, people just kept coming and people. My channel gets watched from all over the world.
It pissed me off though. One time, I got a call. This is how I met Eric. I got a call down there on the mall.
Mm-hmm.
So I go down there, and I can't remember who the girl was though. Real thin girl.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to make an assault report. So I go down there to make the assault report. But she kind of just set it up so I can get yelled at and all that. Well, that's how I ended up meeting Eric.
Actually, people say to us.
I'll check it.
People say to us, and law enforcement tries to set us up as violent, right? Scary, right? And all these kind of things, right? But the truth is that it's really none of that, right? Like they say, like they're police haters. They hate. I don't hate police. So I have nothing against you, right? I told you this guy. I gave him his props, right? Amazing, right? You guys are great by acting this way. But what I've always hated is, it's that thing, right? All of a sudden, You know what it is. You know, it's the cop walking into you, and he keeps walking, right? Because if you don't move, he's gonna walk through you, right? And then it's oh, don't touch me, don't assault me, right? You know, those kind of things, that ugly kind of thing that shouldn't happen, right? When we have interactions like this is what we look for. You know, when we go to a building, we ask for something. We're not. People say that we make these videos to agitate police, right? I don't make the video. I just produce it. You guys make the video. You see what I'm saying? It can be a video like yours and ours that we're having right now, which is like amazing. People are like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? And I'll stand here and defend you guys, you know? These guys were always decent with me, right? You know, but you can't hide the fact of, you know, for example, I got 6 charges on bullshit because I was protesting, right? I was protesting in front of Union Station. Okay, protesting the homelessness, you know, all the typical things we do. Homelessness, right? The mayor, blah, 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 right?
A month and a half later, 10,000 of us took the place over in a protest.
Right, and then I go there, I get arrested twice for doing the same thing twice in the same place. And then on top of that, they charge me with a felony for calling some dude a fat piece of shit. Okay, because they said I intimidated a witness. Now, a month later, they're protesting climate change, right? And the people are like taking selfies, right? Feeling totally safe in their rights, right? They're walking into the building with their signs and everything, right? People are like, welcome protesters. Coffee's cheap for you here today. Come on in, right? It was silly, right? But me, because I said the word fuck, right? Now,
Got the attention of everybody.
I've got 6 charges and a felony and an ankle monitor, right? And all kinds of shit, right?
Is that out of Denver?
Yeah, right in Denver, on the sidewalk of Union Station, right? Yeah. And then I take these guys are on protest, you might get arrested. No, ma'am. That is your constitutional right. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects the right to, and you're like, really? You know what I'm saying? Really? You know what I'm saying? And I have evidence stacked this high, right? Giving it to the prosecutor. You know what the prosecutor's response was, sir?
Get a lawyer, then we'll drop the
No. The prosecutor's response was, I wish I could dismiss it, but I'm not allowed. They won't let me, right? They'll take me all the way to trial, even knowing that it's absolutely legal, right? In the hopes that maybe a snowflakey, you know, a jury, right? Not knowing the law might convict me, right? So for something that is absolutely legal, now it's going to have to go through appeals, right? And I don't understand why. I don't understand why.
I wasn't there on that one.
Well, no, what I'm saying.
You know,
Mama J says she don't talk to pigs.
Janet. It's always.
Everyone she's been,
She's not.
she's always been pretty good with me. She won't talk.
Yeah. But that's always her response. They always come to talk to me. She goes, I don't talk to pigs. Your name?
is what it is.
I don't talk to pigs. And she's like real nice, like that,
So-
quiet.
So, on a technical note,
Yeah.
you need to show me.
No.
So it's really kind of cool how
Go
this
ahead.
works.
Uh-huh.
How you can see so you can see on your camera who's commenting, who's,
Oh, right here.
who's watching.
Yeah, it's the whole conversation. We're sitting talking to him the whole time.
Well, everybody talking, right?
Gotcha.
And I see them and talk and I say thanks, whatever. Some guys are. I'm an old man, right? So I don't know all the technology. The young guys, right, that do this, they got like talks to text. So they got an option where I can sit here quietly, and if they send me say $2, right, whatever they texted comes out audibly to you.
Really?
Yeah. So like one guy has.
Eric on there?
I don't know. Hey, Eric, you here? Eric, are you on this? Hey, see if Eric's on this for a while for him. He's sitting behind a computer
All of a
on
sudden,
the keyboard.
just dropped.
I think he's written already like 3 lawsuits in the last 4 weeks. Yeah, man, he's got 24 different charges on him, man. Not charges, cases, right? So you against him. So you add 3 to 4 charges per case, right? He's got maybe 100 or more charges against him for speaking. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So Lakewood arrested him because he had a flashlight, right? So
what was that?
they charged him for. We were cop watching a DUI stop, right? Like at 2:00 in the morning, huh? Well, because there was one. There's always one, right? There's always one of the guys in the badge, right? That has to fucking show out to be the dickhead in the bunch, right? So the dickhead in the bunch tries to come at us with his car, full lights blaring, right? Gets in my chest, right? And this idiot even admits it all over the statement that I was trying to block him, you know, from videotape. Oops, right? So then when that happens, immediately you're gonna get what from Eric, right? He's gonna pop off,
They
right?
get it for interference?
So yeah, for interference with an officer and this and that. They arrested him. Watch this. It took them 8 days to write. No, 2 weeks. Shit like that one, just like that sprinter over there and shit. And it was the jump squad, right? It was right. It was a special task force that arrests high-profile, dangerous individuals. Okay. This guy's on a live stream almost 24 hours a day, right? They know where he's at every day, right? He's anywhere, right? Never has he done anything violent to nothing. Crazy, right? $10,000 bond to get out of that for flashing his flashlight. So you can do it to me, I can't do it to you.
So on that, so I know there's that older woman who goes and helps him out every now and then. Or maybe it's not Eric. I could have swore there was a woman who helps him out. So but anyway, so say he makes the 10%, does that person lose that money? Is that gone? Or do they ever get that money back?
No, the 10% is gone.
Oh, that's gone. That's what it's going to cost to get you out the 1,000.
That's what goes into the bondsman's pocket, right? And then the bondsman takes the responsibility for the $10,000 part, right? If
They
you
get theirs back, but you don't get yours back.
yeah, right. They get to make $1,000 off your money, basically. Yeah, that's the bail bonds lady. Actually, that lady, Miss Carolyn, she's very famous here because her daughter was a part of a big movement that happened here in the 70s when the people couldn't get onto the bus on their wheelchairs and things, right? So they all chained themselves to a bus here. All the people in the wheelchairs, they all chained themselves to a bus here and did a big protest, and that's what changed most of the ADA laws here in Denver. And that lady's daughter was doing it on behalf of her son, which was like terribly disabled on a wheelchair, and that's why she's so involved with like Eric and protesters, right? Like her heart is there, right? Her daughter was one, her grandson, right, was disabled, and her daughter made a lot of change. She just passed away not too long ago, and yeah.
So do you guys ever do like positive, or like are there? I know a lot of it. It's
yeah. Well,
but I mean, is there any positive, like you recognize somebody who's...
Here's what it is. There's a lot of them. Right now what we're doing is, it's been a little disheveled or whatever, people just don't see what's happening. We're making the list of everything that's been changed, right? By people who stand up for change, okay? People, they want to group us, right? Like they want to make it like we're some kind of a group, right? Like you would say a group, right? Like the Bloods, the Crips, that's a group, right? We're not, it's just like it's people who are like-minded, you know what I mean? And, and like I said, because of the internet, right? Like, man, all of a sudden you make these friends with people you don't even know. Bro, I can travel right now because of my channel, no kidding. And I'm not trying to brag or nothing. I'm totally blown away by it. I'm an old man, right? I can travel to almost anywhere in the world and have a place to stay.
I know.
In the Netherlands, in England, Australia, Canada. People are like, please, if you ever come here, stay in my home, right? None of this is, the only reason that it's negative is maybe the words, right? Fuck this, right? Okay. But the only reason it's done that way is because when you do it nicely, right? Please, city council, whatever, there's no awareness. Nobody listens. That shit gets certain. He, and I would like to see an awesome guy. He says some crazy shit, right? But really, if it was 18, yeah, we should shoot. When you cross the line, right? You were a traitor. So those things were did. Now we're only left to words, man. That's all we got. We're not even allowed to defend ourselves against illegal arrest, right? I mean, it's just like you just got to take it. And not only do you have to take it, we're being told that we have to take it, we have to like it, and then we have to show respect to the police officer, and we have to say thank you, and you're my hero, right? As you're being stuffed.
It's a two-way street.
But you know what I'm saying?
Most of the time, if you show respect, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you won't. Sometimes, but you know what? It's just words, like you're saying. You know what? F-bombs don't bother me.
Right.
It is what it is.
And that's awesome because that shows character, right?
I learned from him.
And like I said, our entire group, some of us a little bit more hardcore than others,
Johnny,
but most of them say
you
pretty.
know what? You can't learn that, to be decent with people. Either you are or you're not.
You're not right. That's a character thing. That's a learned
He's
thing.
a decent person, so he doesn't learn it from me. He's just a decent person.
Right. And look, I have police officers who have arrested me, right? Like you guys get cameras, right? I've had police officers that arrest me, like for example in Englewood. No, like you need to be fucking shot. I'm sick and tired of you motherfucker. And I'm thinking to myself, God, why don't I have one of my hidden cameras, right? Like, why don't I have one of my things going on right now? I'd be the next viral video.
I was looking at yours on because I got a GoPro.
Yeah.
Now, how come you're not using that instead of you're using the phone instead of that?
Because this is live streaming, right?
You can't live stream on that.
I can't live stream on that. You can with the new ones. It's just an old one, right? The new ones, you say GoPro live, and it just goes bloop, and it turns on and immediately goes live just by speaking to it, right?
Really?
The new ones, yeah.
See,
pretty clean crew.
I just bought one. I don't know how to use the damn thing.
Pretty clean crew. I'll tell you what, man. The baddest one that I have, and it was actually donated to me by the subscribers, right? And it's called an Insta 360, right? Insta 360 1X.
It's a GoPro?
No, it's called Insta 360 is the brand, right? It's just a little square thing like this, and it's 360. So if I held it here like this, when I make the video, you can move it like this and look all the way around. You can catch me from, like here, you can catch me from the back, right? Like here, somebody can catch me from the back, and they'd have to guess what happened, right? But with that one,
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, he used to be a difficult dude, but after you get to know him, he's a solid dude, man.
Hey, and I'll tell you,
He's one of the good guys who I talk to all the time.
Right.
I always help him out. Like he can be difficult.
there's a lot of mental illness out here, man. It's a real thing, right?
There is a lot of mental.
It's a real thing. Like you see that young lady sitting there, the young lady with the colored top, right here.
I
Yeah,
know.
bro. We feed her every single Sunday almost.
Is hers mental illness or is she high?
Oh no, she's mentally ill.
Is it mental?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen her.
She's mentally ill, definitely. I mean, like back in the day in the Bible, she'd be demon possessed, right? I mean, it's just like, and I love her to death. My heart breaks when I see her every time. We feed her all the time,
That's
non-stop.
I didn't know. I thought it was.
There's a few days that you can say good morning. She'll be like, good morning to you, and she'll like say something normal, maybe exchange about 10 words that it seemed like a normal conversation. That's it. And I kind of look for those days, right? I'm like, cool. I feel joy when I see her come to eat, right? I'm glad that she's eating. We spend all Saturday, we spend all week gathering the food, and then on Saturdays we cook it all day, and then Sunday mornings we show up on Curtis, and that's where we're at now, 16th and Curtis, and we feed them there every morning, 9:30 to 11:30. Ms. Janet says that they have to wait for everything that they're offered or that they need, so she tries to be there.
And this is something that means something to her. It's just not something
This is totally out of her pocket. Yeah, this is totally what she does, and
I respect it.
and amongst other things, I mean, God Almighty, that lady does stuff, man, quietly, right? And she's the one that does it that way.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, right? She doesn't voice it. She doesn't tell nobody, right? Like the kind of thing that only God sees, right?
Yeah.
The people that are around her. We talk about vacations and stuff sometimes, like, man, it'd be nice to go like Fiji, right, or stuff like that. And then as we start talking about it, after we're a little bit into it, we go, yeah, and then we get a whole lot of enjoyment from ourselves. And then she's like, imagine how many people that trip would feed, right?
So what happens if? Oh shit.
Oh, go ahead.
So what happens if you're out and about, say at the grocery store? You were just at the grocery store and you see somebody who's somebody who you know has a problem with you.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
If I see somebody who has a problem with me, a cop that has a problem with me,
You and him every time you see him out here, like while on duty. You know, but say you see him, you're at the store, he's at the store. What happens then? What do you do? Will you cause a scene or?
No, I wouldn't call a scene. Might tell him something. Definitely tell him something, right? Because my thing is like this, right? I grew up with a pops from Puerto Rico, the land, right? I mean, I grew up with that old.
Rico?
Well, my father was.
Father was?
Yeah,
Right.
my mother was Cuban. I was born in Miami, Florida. But it's I come from the old school manly shit, right? Men talk to each other in a certain way, right? There's a certain way that men don't talk to each other. There's certain things that men don't do to each other, right? And with this whole police thing, the only thing that makes different one man and the other is that little thingy. You see what I'm saying? And because of that little thingy, you know, they feel like they can grab me, touch me, snatch my shit, right? I mean, they've broken my cameras. I mean, you're like, whoa, you know, and it's like, I can't even slap you back, right? Like, let me not even punch you. Can I just can I open hand slap you? I mean, you know, because I'm like, holy shit, you know? And it's not about violence or nothing, right? But you know, I mean, man, back, you know, no, it's like back in the day, right? You know, the sheriff used to, back in the day, and like the sheriff used to come over to somebody's house and they'd be like, hey there, Jed, how you doing? Good. Hey, nothing major, Jed. Just coming over here to say hello, right? Yeah. You know why? Because he's now on Jed's property, right? You know, and Jed can clean him off his property, right? If he was like violating his rights. No longer, man. All of that's gone, right? You know, it's like you just have to accept the violence, and it's terrible, man. And all I have left is this right here. Look, this thing right here has become so powerful, better than any bullets, better than any kind of violent weapon, right? This little thing right here, and it's hated by law enforcement, sir. It is absolutely hated by law enforcement. Those damn fucking cameras, right? The fucking cameras are catching everything. They just can't get away from it, right?
Well, that's why I tell a lot of these younger guys, I mean, hey, they have nothing to worry about. If you're not out there messing up, you're not doing anything wrong. You do what you're supposed to do, and you do it professionally. You'll find the camera could be your best friend.
That's right.
Instead of an enemy.
That's right. That's right. You know, one of the most beautiful things, I don't know if you ever watched, you know, in Thailand, there was a lot of, in the country of Thailand, there was a lot of, you know, government, you know, protesting, you know, there's a lot of that going on, right? So the government started really to crank down. You know what the police did? You know how they send them all out, with all that shit? All of the cops took their helmets off and they set them on the ground, and they took their batons and set them on the ground and everything. Imagine that. Imagine the entire city of Denver, right? All of the county cops and everything, they put it all down. They say, we understand the situation, but these are our people. Yeah. Okay, these are our people and our nation, and we're not going to hurt our people because they're protesting because they're being hurt, right? So it was like such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, right? That's why I didn't understand the Chinese when they were doing their protesting in
Hong Kong,
Tiananmen Square. Remember when they were
yeah, and that's not long ago.
They were still running over their own people, and I'm thinking, how could you do that?
And they're doing it today.
They're your own people.
And they're doing it today. Look, the contract with England ended, right? With Hong Kong, and they're like, all right, folks, it's a new law, right? And boy, they're coming in there hard, and they can. Their army stands 300 million active. That's a lot of people, bro. Right? Like, that's unbelievable, right? Like, they want to bring down the hammer. They can easily bring down the hammer, bro. Wow. Like here, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if everyone here protested at the same time. Law enforcement wouldn't have enough to be able to retaliate, right? Like, they'd have to call it. China's like, we got this. We'll send a whole fucking nation's worth of people over.
What was it? It was back in Africa, and I can't remember what war it was, but I mean, it was the English who were fighting at the time, and they see these people coming over this little sand bridge, and they're coming. They keep seeing them coming. All of a sudden, they start firing on them. The people, they keep coming and coming. And it was the Zulus.
Yeah.
But that's how deep they were. They had that many people where, I mean, they were knocking them down, but they were still that deep.
Right,
you know? And they still were able to put up a fight.
I mean, that's
do you remember this when it was Denargo Market?
I'm not originally from here.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Florida.
Oh, okay.
So I was actually passing through on vacation, and I've had to become a Colorado resident due to my...
So you haven't been here more than, say, 20 years then, right?
Oh, no.
15?
No, like 3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
And all your family's back in... Well, do you
Yeah,
have
mostly Florida. Well, very few.
But like your
couple cousins.
family?
Yeah.
Are they here?
All of them are here. Yeah, they're all here. Florida, New York, right?
Well, how do they deal with the homeless out there?
Where?
Florida.
Well, Florida got sued, like really hard, right? Oh yeah.
I mean, where they're out on, you know, in front of businesses and really, what do they do?
And same kind of basic shit that they do here, right? Run along. There's not much that they can do now. Now they have it like.
So what's the
now it's like you can put your mattress out here and sleep out here. but you got to pick it up in the morning.
So what's the
Right.
answer, though? What is the answer? I mean,
So the
I
an-
know. What do you do? I was thinking, here's what I was thinking. That if you were to just stop this, you know, and technically it is, you can't have the dance and all that said. I think at night you have to go into a shelter. Now you don't have to.
Right,
But,
or you should.
As to setting up a camp, that's your other choice if you choose to go into a shelter. If you don't want to, then that's your prerogative. But you can't be setting up the tents and camps and all that stuff.
But it's just
Is that, what do you think? Is that like too inhumane or something?
no. It's just that my opinion on it. When you're out here, you understand. Number one, lots of mental illness, right?
Yeah, I understand
You
mental illness.
have drug addiction, you have alcoholism, right? And listen, it's almost damn near impossible, buddy, to live out here and deal with the reality of this, okay, and not be fucked up somehow, okay? Because you either want to kill yourself, because it's miserable out here, man. It is terrible, bro.
See, because I used
And
to
then some people, right?
Yeah.
Because of their issue, for example, like guys with PTSD, military and shit like that, right? They're okay with being in a box in the sense that just leave me alone, right? Just live and let live. Leave me alone, right? And then and they prefer to be out here because they're a little bit freer. They get to keep their stuff. They can't take their stuff in a shelter, right? You can't.
Most of them prefer to be out here because I used to work at the Coalition on 40th Colorado Boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
and I would talk to so many people. I'd say, "How come you didn't get into housing sooner?" I said, because we've got a disability check, and we didn't want part of our disability to go towards, and we want housing money.
Yeah.
I said, so you'd rather stay outside in the elements during the, like they go, you don't have winter like we do back east. Winters here are survivable. Yeah, we can camp out along the river. We will make it.
Yeah.
Back east, you can't.
Yeah, like Maine or something. Yeah,
You
hey,
can't.
Ohio,
So we come
right?
out here, and yeah, so we get our check. And so, I mean, I understand that too, but I think a lot of people out here just don't. Because I've tried to help them. I've talked to them.
And I know you do.
they
And I know you do, Mr.
not
Mitchell.
want to go into that housing.
No.
I'll talk to them and I'll tell them.
Oh, they'll steal your
You told me you were
shit.
going to housing. Have you talked to me? No, but I'm going to. I'm going to. Okay. I got you. So next week. Did you go down there? And get everything going? No, I decided, no, we're not going to do it yet.
Because it's just not like that, right? It's not, like, for example, housing is not just like big old space and say, you here for the night? Come on in. You here for no, you got to be here by a certain time. You can't smell like alcohol. You can't do this. You can't. We're wearing this. You can't do that. And then when you get in there, you can't do this. You can't do that. And then then you steal your shit.
There's not one of them there's not, because I used to work at the one on Colorado Boulevard. Yeah, they have the rules.
You gotta
and all
stand
that.
in line,
It's
you
not
know,
that difficult. It's not
No,
really that strict.
yeah.
No, they may say this is what the rules are, but no.
You can't leave your shit nowhere, right? If you got a bunch of stuff, right?
That's the other
Your
thing.
belongings.
You get into housing, you have a place to call home. You have a safe place to store your stuff. You have all that stuff. You have a place to get up and shower. You
Yeah.
have-
Oh yeah,
you
that
have all
part, yeah.
But a lot of them don't want to do it.
And a lot of it's because you won't get the housing, right? You don't actually get. It's hard to get housing, right? Like, free housing, is hard because it's almost impossible
Affordable housing.
for affordable
That's,
housing,
it
right?
don't exist.
You know-
How do you get affordable housing in California? How do you get
Or
affordable
here.
housing? It's
So,
here.
so
How do you get affordable
you're
housing?
getting a $690 check, and
Exactly.
that's about what's it going to cost you for damn near just like light,
$690,
water, rent.
You can't get a place for $690.
You can't.
There's nowhere you can go.
And that's not even counting food, light, right? You have to all these other things, right? You got to live. You got to get on the bus. That costs you money, and all these things cost you money, right? Just regular life.
What the answer is?
But I believe that they should be able to be given at least a place to go if they're like this, right? We live in Colorado. We're in like the land of land, right? This is Colorado.
Like this little chick right here, she needs mental health.
Oh yeah. She needs meds.
Had you not told me, I thought she was on drugs.
Yeah, when people see that's what happens, right? A lot of times with law enforcement, that's also what happens, right? And look, I understand, right? You guys are trained, right? A lot of you are trained in philology and all these things, right? You guys are trained from the beginning that if you're not wearing one of these, it's an enemy, right? It doesn't matter. Anybody can kill you. Anybody can be that guy that ends your career, that you don't go home, see your kids and your family. So you're like, everybody's like a possible dope, and then you become hardened out here, right? All these lies that you get told, You get hardened. But a lot of times when people see people like that, they go, "It's fucking tweaker," right? She's twacked out, you know? Like, no, man. You know what I mean? That's somebody's daughter, bro, who I'm sure somebody's family is going, I hope that Jenny's good right now. Because we haven't heard from Jenny in about 3 years. See what I'm saying?
I know.
You know, that kind of thing, right? And it's
But you
heartbreaking.
know what it is now, today? It's kids having kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's causing a big displacement out here. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. You got 15, 16-year-old kids having kids. They can't take care of them. Next
I'm
thing
trying.
you know, you get a bunch of people, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Because if,
Then you get a bunch of these kids.
because if there's nothing moral to believe in, you don't believe, you know, you don't want to believe in God because he's too crude, right? You know, and then we have no moral basis, right?
Hey, you don't
The only thing that matters is gratification and good feelings, you know, and that's all you're going to get, right? I mean, it's just how it is, right? At least back in the day, we had morals, right? You want to save yourself till you were married, right? You didn't, you know, you were considered something if you were that way. Now you're just free. Now you're not, you know, you're not this, that, and the other. You're free. You're free-minded. You're free-spirited, right? Independent. You know, and it's like, oh. But me, man, and I've really enjoyed my conversation with you today, Mr. Manzanares.
Anytime you see me, you can talk. I'm not one of. I'm not standing up.
We try to do things like here's another one that Denver's getting me for, right? On that case that I told you of Union Station, right? Denver is denying the public defender to the poorest of the people of Denver, right? There's certain rules to that, right? That they have to follow, and there's certain things they're not allowed to ask for. Well, the city of Denver's got the things that they're not allowed to ask for as your requirement for your proof of income. Can you believe that? Okay, to be able to qualify. Now, things like, for example, they told my friend, he's like, I'm homeless, I live in my car. They said, well, can you prove that? And he's like, well, how am I supposed to prove how poor I am? He goes, they said, well, why don't you go to a plasma clinic? Go donate some plasma and bring us back a receipt. Is that not absurd? My friend's, it's not my friend, it's a gentleman that I know, in prison right now because he didn't have a defender. You know what they wanted from him? They wanted him with notarized affidavits of the people who put money in his jar when he's holding a sign. Can you believe that? Oh, please, thank you. Was I killing you? And
I understand what you're saying.
So actually what the city of Denver was requiring, Officer Manzanares, was that if you could do me a favor. Okay. If you could do me a favor and stand over here and sign this notary, you know, this paper with this notary for those 39 cents you gave me so that I can prove it to the city, you know. And we've been fighting that for 4 years. So when I go in there and I've been denied for the 4th time, you know, and they call the cops on me again, right? I said this comment. I said, I'm being denied my constitutional right to public defense because of some bitch sitting behind the window that answers the phone. Because of that statement, I got arrested.
Where was this at?
Inside the Denver Public Defender's office.
You got arrested right there and then?
No, wait, watch this. They wrote the warrant 3 weeks later, and they arrested me a month and a half after that.
But they got you on a warrant? Put out a warrant.
And then she was afraid for safety.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, man, good.
So you probably see her, she's a bus driver. She drives up and down.
Oh, 60 Street Mall. We're the guys that are always yelling at you to slow down.
Move out of the way. It's a street.
Yeah. So everything going good? Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm also working.
Hey, I'm here for you. We're the ones that feed you on Sunday, remember?
No, you just said I can't eat here anymore. That's why I moved on.
Oh, it's not me, baby. Not me. I wish you could stay here as long as you wish. She's really.
What do you fear? What's she doing?
16th Street Mall and Curtis. Right now we're doing it in front of the Federal Reserve there.
Oh, okay.
And it's every Sunday since 2010.
Talk right there.
9:30, 11:30.
We got here.
man. She's like, you know, like, bad. You know,
I know, but if she
and
trusts you or something like that, maybe, you know, maybe you
I,
talk her
my,
into it.
my heart always moves. I always try to soften her, gently, you know. But she will.
Sometimes it takes somebody, because we get people in to help every day, but there's people that still are nervous around us and stuff, and they don't know that we're out here really trying our best too.
I understand that.
And but sometimes folks that they just see that are dressed like them, that are in a different position, can maybe talk them into getting that help that they need too.
Yeah, and I try.
So
And I
yeah,
try.
good. I appreciate that.
I mean, I just try to. I want to get a good rapport with, you know, some of the officers here or whatever. Y'all start criminalizing. I'm just trying to keep an eye on this, man. You know, because online statements, man, online reports. You know, we fight those all the time.
Do what you gotta do, man.
They still even write them against us, and we got cameras. You look back like, come on, man, did you not see 7 cameras on you? Why'd you write all this? Guys, I got, where am I at on battery here? Okay, I'm still good. Good morning, everyone. So, how am I doing, guys?
Hey, look, it's Liberty Freak.
Let me see where we at. Hello, Ignorant Pleb, Jamie Deeds, Brian Hilton, Wrights Crispy. I like that name, Wrights Crispy. That's so awesome. Observing Paranoid People, Jeffrey Press, Anonymous Farm, Tracy Miller, Dora, Night Shadows Patrol, JVB, Safety Man, Julia Lane. Guys, so how did I do? Am I doing pretty decent? If you notice, I haven't cussed much. I've kept it peaceful, right? Trying to make a change that matters here, because we should love our neighbors and we should love folks and stop judging folks for what they look like or, you know, how they're living. And I got to get close to this paper here because I was already warned, so I always walk with a touching against the police line here. That's what they told me to do. As long as I'm close to this, so if I'm touching, I'm close enough. And hey, what's going on, Kendo? Says much respect, Liberty, thank you. Give me a second, folks. I gotta lean this thing up so I can pull my pants up. Okay, so what's up, y'all? I'm looking a little crazy here, right? I got all my cameras on, if you can see, right? I got everything on today. I'm ready for them. I got batteries, right? I'm ready. Huh? I'm turning this thing around. See, I'm looking a little crazy, ain't it? Yeah. Got all the cameras going. What's going on, eyes wide open? Thank you, D. Peterson. I will take any and all prayers for my safety. She says, God bless you, Liberty. I pray for your safety every day. Thank you. I haven't been out here in a while. I haven't been active in a while. I've been staying behind the scenes, right? Getting legal things done and other personal things done and fixing things with my friends. So, but my friend here, Mr. Loma, if you guys don't know Brian Loma, this is Cut the Plastic. You want to go to his website and subscribe and like.
Happy fucking Cops Day, everybody.
That's right. He called me last.
Homeless, because you know that's what they do.
It's Happy Fuck the Homeless Day today. He called me last night and said, "Hey, there's gonna be a suite tomorrow morning. Can you join me?" I was like, "Absolutely." We came out here, and we've been out here trying to document this so that they're nice to our neighbors, right? And this guy right here is a real activist. This man's amazing in everything that he does. And
Oh, hell no.
oh hell!
Fuck the Cops Day!
Oh, if you're happy, Oh, that's it. If you're worthless and you know it, become a cop. So the friend just pulled up. Here we go. No, they've actually been pretty decent out here. Even this officer right here, I mean, I've showed you guys this guy that's in here. He's been a really super cool cop. And Manzanares, they must have handpicked some of these guys, you know, for this part of this job, because they're actually they're okay, except for the one little short one that they made him leave, right? Because he's always the jerk. I don't know what his name is. I think it's Rudy or something. He's the one that had the issue with Munkai too on one of these sweeps, and Munkai lit his ass up. And
Who would have known?
who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk? That should go down for that. There you go. Get a good 6-footer on her. Have you seen the mental health crisis, the crisis intervention response person actually work with anybody without a gun next to them?
Nope.
No.
Not one.
No. So when we talk about sensitivity training for the city employees and the people who are doing these things, not hanging out with guns is a good idea.
I must say they have passed on the First Amendment. They have respected our right to record.
They have. And even moved out of our camera lines.
Yep. Sergeant, I want to thank you and your officers for respecting our right to record. You know, this interaction. You know, not standing in our ways and everything. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I missed it.
He says, yep, we can all work together. And as I walk away, he goes, kumbaya.
Yeah, Manzanelli. Yeah.
Manzanera. No, it was the sergeant that said that.
Oh.
Howdy doody over there.
So, I want to go have some coffee.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. Do you have any left in the car?
Oh yeah, my coffee over there.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. Well, you want to walk over and get some coffee?
Well, one of us could walk here or stay here with the cameras. The other one could walk and take turns.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Sure, I'll stand here.
All right. Got a key?
Yeah. That's a bitch to hold your coffee cup out here, right? Your camera and your
Exactly.
tripod and your battery and your.
Right. So it just works a little easier if we take turns.
The big ones.
Thanks.
You have to go in by the passenger side. Excuse me, officer. The guy with the brand new safety vest thing there, what is he? Oh, like the city guy or whatever?
Yeah, it was city.
Oh, okay.
She wants a couple minutes and then she's
Sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.
Well, guys, actually, I don't know the name of the bill, but the city was sued federally for this, and there have been some rules in place, right? I don't know if you guys can. Let me see if I can focus in on that because I can't go past this yellow line. But this white paper right here is pretty much the notice that they had put up on a big encampment. The smaller encampments, I think, have like 48 hours. And the bigger encampments, I think I have to be given like 7 days. And now the hair splitting has become on what is actually considered a large or a small encampment. Because it becomes hair splitting, right? It's always the hair splitting. Hey, Sergeant, let me ask you a question that I've always wondered about. In a situation like this, right? A lot of people, sure, a lot of drugs, you know, things like that, right? You have a spot like this, right? This is just like a big old chaos space, right? And say they're moving, you know, whatever, you know, no, you're all right. You got a needle over there, you know, whatever, a bag here, you know. How does that get handled in this situation? I mean, is it like overseen, swept up, thrown into the garbage?
No. There's the hazmat team that comes, the crew, and they dispose of it properly. The EHS, the private company.
Oh, okay, cool. I know. Okay, so I know it pretty much gets cleaned up. But what I'm saying is that, like, for example, if you're doing it there, I'm just saying hypothetical, right? You know, and there's a bag there sitting there, right? Does it become we need to find out whose bag this was, or does it just get like,
No,
you know, overseen or
possession
whatever?
of a needle isn't against the law.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just having a needle isn't against
No,
the
I'm
law.
saying like if it's in the ground, like, for example, say you had a bag of dope down the ground, right? And you got all these encampments. Whose was it, right? Who could it possibly be?
Well, we have that probable cause to arrest him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't have probable cause that a crime was committed or that person committed that crime.
It's just like some illegal shit that's on the ground is about to get swept up with the rest of the garbage.
But it'll be disposed of properly.
Okay, cool. Okay. I just always had that question. I never had the time to ask it. Thank you. What's going on, man? How you been, buddy? Everybody's been good. Everybody's been good. Oh shit. He's hyper deaf right now. He doesn't even have his earpiece in. You're hyper deaf. You're hyper deaf today, huh? There's Defend right there. That's our ADA guy. He's the guy that's going to end up changing all the policies with ADA. You know what ADA is? Americans with Disabilities Act.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. That guy's like, hey, what's on page 37 of ADA? He'd be like, middle, bottom part, what do you want to know? Yeah, third sentence. That's that guy.
Does he know his stuff?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't even fucking know, right? You don't even know, right? And here's the worst part: he's deaf.
Yes.
Right? Like legally deaf, right? That's his disability, right? He got the dog, you know. And then you know, the police, like when he has police interactions, like blah 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 blah. And he's like, I'm deaf. You got to write it down. And blah 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 blah. I'm deaf. You got to write it. You know, and they keep talking, right? And he's like, what part did you understand that I'm deaf?
You mean he can't speak at all?
Huh?
He can't speak anything at all?
He can speak.
Everything?
He can speak perfectly, but he can't hear.
Oh, okay.
Right? Huh? But even if he can, right? It's not how it works, right?
I'm curious how it works.
Okay, it's not how it works, right?
Yeah.
They have to be accommodating to him because of his disability.
Yeah.
That is the law. I mean, like Congress, right? That's the big law, right? Not like a municipality thing or nothing. Right? And you know, like you can't put him in a cell. There's the other thing down, right? You can't take him to a courtroom, right? But I don't think he does sign.
See, you know what gets me is like
He's practiced to be able to speak. You know what I mean? Like with a so he doesn't sound like.
So like at the grocery store, so I see some people take in dogs, and they have signs. It says no dogs, no certain dogs. Yeah. Well, an employee, I think it was a store manager, went up to one of the persons and said, "Is that a service dog?" And the guy said, "Yes, it is, but you're not allowed to ask me if it's a service dog."
You're not allowed to have no paperwork.
And then he says, "Do you have the paper?"
Oh, that's a word. Oh, right, you lost.
That's just consumers, or is that anywhere?
Anywhere. Yeah, that's where you lost right there. The moment you say, "Can you show me the paperwork?" That's where you lost.
What about airlines? Do you know about how that works?
Pretty much the same way.
Oh, geez, I'm not sure. I don't know. I have no idea about that.
And you know the difference between a service dog and a dog, you
An
know?
emotional support dog
Yeah.
is a new thing now.
His dog, everything he says, it obeys. If he drops a key,
Do you know which one
he
he drives?
can have the dog pick up a quarter.
Just getting lax.
The dog gets, and licks the floor. And goes,
Oh, okay.
I picked it up and brings it to him. Unbelievable, right?
I'm not sure which one.
People don't think
Why
dogs are
endanger this guy? Have him in the little
Protect the shit out of yourself, Ebony. Protect the shit out of yourself. You're in the road.
Oh, yeah. That's right, I'm supposed to be like that. Guys, I'm getting an important call. Hello? 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 Guys, I'm gonna have to let you go. I gotta make this phone call and see what it is. It's probably pretty important, so I'll be back here in a minute. You guys can go over to either Defend, go to his channel, it's Defend all caps, or you can go over to Cut the Plastic, to Brian's channel and
Hey,
watch it live. I will be back in a minute.